Hi, welcome to Cichlid Heaven. Today I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite fish that I've got. It's called the Cyphotilapia frontosa. Not sure if I said that right. Usually it's just called frontosa. You've probably seen it if you're into cichlids, but it's one of the most iconic cichlids from Lake Tanganyika. Tanganyika is one of the oldest and deepest lakes in the world. In the wild, frontosa live in deep, rocky waters, usually between 50 and 150 feet down, where the water is extremely clear, stable, and rich in oxygen. Frontosas are fairly slow-growing and can grow up to 12 to 14 inches long. Males usually get larger than the females and have longer fins as well. They have beautiful black and white vertical stripes and a large hump called a nuchal hump that develops on the mature males. Mine have a strong bluish color that I think is absolutely gorgeous. I first owned frontosas about 38 years ago when they were typically kept in community cichlid tanks. I combined them with various other Tanganyikan and Malawi cichlids and even with a few Central Americans. Nowadays, since the invention of the internet and new practices in fish keeping, a lot of people keep frontosas in single species tanks in large colonies. I'm not against that practice by any means, but I have limited aquarium space and many fish I want to keep, so I'm keeping this pair in a mostly Tanganyikan tank. I got them about a year ago as a rescue from a girl who had gotten them in a rehoming situation, but they were killing her smaller fish, so her loss was my gain. She had 2 males and 1 female, and I realized within a few days that I needed to remove the second male to keep the peace, so I put him in another tank, and these two have been together ever since. I call them Zeke and Zelda. Frontosas are mouth brooders, so when they breed, the female lays eggs and carries them in her mouth for protection, and the male fertilizes them. She holds the fry in her mouth for about 3 weeks before finally releasing them. These two haven't bred yet, but I do expect it will happen in the near future. In the wild, frontosas are mainly predators, feeding on smaller fish and crustaceans. In aquariums, they need high-quality pellets, shrimp, krill, and other high-protein foods. I feed a couple of different varieties of pellets, but mostly the extreme cichlid pellets. To me, what makes frontosas especially fascinating is their calm, confident attitude, and unlike many aggressive cichlids, they move slowly and deliberately through the water, giving them a peaceful but commanding presence in the aquarium. Finding a combination that worked in this tank was not easy at all. It took a lot of trial and error, but I'm glad this solution finally worked. They might seem big and scary, but they are actually very peaceful and gentle with their tank mates. They can hold their own, but they mostly keep to themselves, and I can tell that Zeke and Zelda share a very strong bond. They have minor quarrels now and then, but for the most part, they are inseparable. For tank mates, I have several black calvus, a few gold compressicips, 4 lelupi, 3 cotopunctatus, 1 tropheus morii, a furcifer, 3 synodontus multipunctatus or cuckoo cats, a ton of burchardi, 2 yo-yo loaches I can't catch to remove, so they will stay for the moment, several plecostomus, common and bristlenose, and a school of giant danios. I think that's everything. It's an odd combination, but it's working extremely well. The 125 gallon will hopefully get upgraded in the next year or so, but for now they're doing great. Thanks for watching. Cichlid Heaven, signing off.